Hello everyone, my name is Gleb, and today with Maria we'll be presenting some cool stuff about Inference, Cerebras Inference. And before we dive deep into this topic, I want to spend a couple of minutes and tell you about Cerebras. Please raise your hand if you heard about Cerebras before this event. Okay, cool, awesome. For those who didn't hear about us, I want to say that Cerebras is a full-stack company. We are building chips, we are building systems, and we are building clusters, right? Cerebras was founded in 2016, and the original idea was to actually build the biggest wafer in the world so we can easily support like large models with billions of parameters and do this at scale. And today we have wafer scale engine 3. This is a huge chip. It has almost 1 million of cores. It has 44 gigabytes on chip memory, and it has enormous amount of memory bandwidth. So we don't have to deal with problems like tensor parallelism because the model just fits on the wafer. And let me just show you a couple of cool pictures. We build a lot of data centers with our systems, and this is the data center in Santa Clara. It has 8 exaflops of compute. The new data center that we built recently is located in Dallas. It has 20 exaflops of compute. And the most powerful data center that we have today is located in Minneapolis. It has enormous 64 exaflops. As I mentioned before, Cerebras is not just a hardware company. We do a lot of software, and we build compilers. We do cluster software. We do application for our customers. And you may know Cerebras as a company that build chips and run training on these chips. And you'll be right. We can train a whole bunch of models. We can train Llama family models. We can train Mistral, MOE stuff, like all different types of models. But the thing is, all this stuff was, until September, it was mostly focused on enterprise customers. But in September, we launched Inference, which is open for everybody. And on this note, I will pass my word to Maria. She'll be speaking about it.
I'll be speaking about Inference. Let me just put this here, because I'm going to need my hands. Potentially might need help. Thank you. Okay, so yeah, as Gleb said, I'm going to be talking about Inference. So we did launch about 3 months ago, and right here is a video comparing us with our latest our latest offering of Llama 3.1 at 70B, just to compare the output speed with one of our competitors, which is Amazon Bedrock. As you can see, I'm not even done talking, and it's already done generating tokens, whereas Amazon Bedrock is still going. So we are serving Llama 3.1 70B at about 2,000 output tokens per second, which is pretty darn cool. So the latest graph here is from the most recent artificial analysis results. That gap used to be a little bit bigger, but that's okay because Cerebras is still in the most attractive position when it comes to output tokens compared to price, even relative to Grok. And we're continuing to work to push this even further and see where we can go. So on that note, at the Toronto AI Tinkerers, we got a lot of questions about when we're going to offer 405B as well as longer context lengths. And actually, just yesterday, we announced that we are able to serve 405B at 128 MSL at about 900 output tokens per second, which is just soaring above everybody else, which is pretty cool. So now the part that you as Tinkerers might be more interested in, which is how can you actually get your hands on our fast inference. So I'm going to kind of go through different ways that you can access. This is an okay size for everybody. You can all see. Okay, so the easiest way is through our public-facing chat. So if you just go to inference.cerebras.ai, you can choose between one of our supported models. Right now, our public models are Llama 3.1 8B and 70B. And let's just try something out. So I'll try one of these default prompts and see what we're working with. So there you go, almost 3,000 output tokens per second, and I have 50 cringy dad jokes that I can use on anyone at any time. So let's try something maybe a little more complicated for the model, like recite the entire Declaration of Independence. That was even faster, so that's 3,500 tokens per second. So as you can see, this chat is a great starting point for more simple inference needs that you might need served very quickly. But let's say you want to take this a step further and you want to be able to use our features to tailor more to your projects. So we have a Cerebras developer platform. It kind of looks like the OpenAI playground, and this is a way that you can experiment in a more playground-like setting. Let's say you want to tune the different parameters that you want for your prompt, tweak the system message. So let's say you are a movie database assistant. Let's say this is something you're building, maybe for the next event, and you say, recommend me 3 movies to watch this weekend. So there you go, same speed, same ability to choose between models, and now the added flexibility of being able to tinker with different output parameters in a playground-like setting. So I know that everyone probably has a preferred framework or other sort of providers that they might be using, and we do have a documentation section where we talk about our third-party integrations. So this is our current list right now. A lot of these have their own docs that talk about how you can integrate with Cerebras for your projects. So whatever your favorite framework may be, we are probably working on trying to get it integrated and working with Cerebras. One really cool example is LiveKit. So this is for real-time audio and video AI, and this is a great example of where fast inference excels, because if you want to have a conversation, let's say with a voice agent, you want that fast response like you're talking to a human being, right? And we actually have a voice mode that's built with LiveKit that can show exactly this. So this is actually available on our public chat if people want to play around with it. But let's just give it a try right now.
Hi there, how are you doing today?
Hi, I'm great. I'm with AI Tinkerers Ottawa. Is there anything you'd like to say to them?
I'd love to reach out to Tinkerers Ottawa. Hello to all the Tinkerers and AI enthusiasts out there. I'm here as a voice assistant created by LiveKit, and I'm excited to explore the intersection of AI and voice interactions.
Oh, I cut her off. But anyway, if you're also interested in any of these integrations, we have them all documented. But if maybe what you're working with isn't currently supported and it's something that's further along in our roadmap, we are also OpenAI compatible. So you can use the OpenAI client and you can just point to our API as well as with your API key. And you can use this to serve requests as part of your apps, just like you would with the OpenAI, but you benefit from the fast inference. So just like that. So yeah, so that pretty much covers what I wanted to go through with you all today and give a little sneak peek of how you can use this in your projects. If you are interested in getting an API key, on our website, on inference@cerebras.ai, we have this Get an API Key link. It'll prompt you to log in. You'll need to use some sort of account, your Google account, your GitHub, and it'll bring you to our waitlist. So there isn't a waitlist right now, but it does go through questions and a kind of screening process. So if you want and you're interested, do mention that you are from AI Tinkerers Ottawa, because it does make a difference, and we'll probably remember your names and faces if you come talk to us later. And That's about it.
Does anyone have any questions for them?
I have a question around any downsides to this. So obviously it's amazingly fast. That's awesome. Is that obtained just because of your hardware, or did you have to optimize the model? And if so, is there any loss in predictive quality because of model optimization?
Yeah, I can answer that. So we serve the public model. We don't fine-tune the model. We just use it as is. We take the model from the Hugging Face and we just run it on our hardware without any modifications in the model. On the artificial analysis, probably we can open the slide for that. Yeah, there are some public numbers. They measure like model performance, output tokens per second, and they also measure model accuracy. And you can see that like our model, the Grok model, a public model, say Llama 3.1, they have exact same accuracy. So we don't suffer from that.
Okay, great.
Okay. So different chip design, different likely data center design. I'm curious about like power usage, efficiency. Is it any different? You could say it's running quicker. Do you see any differences for that?
I would say our system is more or less power efficient. One system takes around 22 kilowatts of power, but at the same time, if you compute tokens per second and tokens per watt, it should be similar or even better than GPUs.
It should be?
Yep.
I have a question. You're not fine-tuning the model, you're serving the public models. So is that a serverless, infinitely scalable endpoint, or is it like you're assigning one dedicated instance to a customer? So what's the model there?
Do you want to take this one?
Can you just repeat that question?
You showed us a model which is running there. So is that serverless, is that infinitely scalable, or is it meant for one customer? I'm trying to get to the quality of service when many users start using this. Yeah.
Yeah, so basically, if you, let's say, we support 405B, it takes a bunch of systems to run. If you add another bunch of systems, you can scale easily. So the benefit of our hardware is basically if you put more and more users on GPUs, you will sacrifice latency for each user. But on our hardware, we can batch a whole bunch of users, and we basically have the same performance, the same latency. At the same time, we also can scale. We can, extend our set of servers, and we can serve the same model. And yeah, I hope this answers the question.
Hi. Just a quick question about model support. Do you have any sort of plans for other models like Anthropic or maybe even
Do you want to do this one?
Yeah, we get a lot of requests for different models, and we're kind of constantly trying to remain competitive and listen for what people are looking for. With that said, we do have a roadmap, and we're kind of just working through that and aiming to be able to provide the best offerings for people who are interested. So short answer is there is plans on the roadmap, but that's about all we can say.
Yeah, we just launched in September, so give us some time.
Hello. First of all, really impressive. Cool.
I didn't see the person.
Question, and it might be a great secret, but just curious, like with wafer-sized chips, what's the yield like compared to like traditional? Do you guys know how that compares? Like how many?
In terms of like manufacturing, like the manufacturing yields?
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
I can say that we working on our capacity and like how many systems we can build. Every month we improve that number. So I can't say exact numbers, but
Hi, so first question, so you guys said that you are also OpenAA compatible. And Llama just also released their new models which support vision. So does their API also support visions or tools as like the role for role and stuff like other functionalities outside of just as a system prompt, user messages, and assistant messages?
Do you want to use one? Huh? Okay, we do support a whole bunch of features. Regarding the vision models, as Marie said, it's on our roadmap. Yeah, we will be there. In terms of features, we do support a whole bunch of them, and including tool support, like JSON object, JSON object, tool calling. So.
I also got a second question, and I'm not sure whether it should be considered as a trade secret or not, if you can answer me. So are your basically hardware customized to type of architectures of the models, or is it just optimized to be fast and general to any type of architecture? Like, is it either they are not using transformer architecture, is it completely different architecture, it will just work as fine?
I can say that our hardware is basically, it's AI-focused hardware, and we build a lot of instructions for that. But the difference is at the same time, we have some HPC workloads. If you look at the latest publications we beat some supercomputers in proteins, what's that? Molecular simulation. And we faster than Frontier, and we faster than Anton. It's like a supercomputer that was built exactly for this purpose. So that also shows that our hardware is basically super flexible for other workloads.
I heard the podcast of your CEO on weights and biases, so you gave some insight on how you achieve the speed. More details, that's a good one to listen to. My question was around the customization of the models, the capabilities. Is that something you offer today? Can you fine-tune models, or can you connect your model to an embedded database today?
You want to take this one? Okay. We don't support that today, but it's something that obviously our customers would love to have, right? So, yeah, it's on our roadmap, basically.
Sorry, good one. What kind of rate limits can us non-enterprise chunks get?
It depends on the customer. It depends on what is your workload, right? It depends on the model you want to serve.
Right. Can you just ballpark Llama 70B and spiky inference, where it's not super sustained, it's not bad? You don't have to. I'm just kind of curious.
I don't think we can answer this question, to be honest. Sorry.
But I will say that even though we are just lowly engineers, you can come talk to us, and we can actually point you to the correct people to talk to, because, yeah, when it comes to customer and that type of thing, we are not exactly the ultimate authorities, but definitely come talk to us, and we can direct to the right people, yeah.
Hi, question here. So I can imagine that this remarkable latency unlocks a lot of use cases, but then I'm curious about the other thing that can unlock use cases, which is just lower cost per token. And I'm curious, in your case, you're going full blast with the latency, but does your hardware, maybe in the long term, also open up the possibilities for much lower cost per token? Or is it really that the speed is what you're going for?
We're definitely going for the speed. I think right now, because as Gleb mentioned, it's really only been 3 months since we've launched, so I think optimizing for cost is maybe not exactly our highest priority, because we are still really just building out our team and whatnot. So I think that might be a question for us maybe 6 months down the line, but for now it's full speed ahead, no pun intended.
Cheaper than truck.
Thank you so much.